All right, I'm here with Caitlin Turnbull, and we're going to discuss digital entertainment or the film industry. What is your opinion on digital entertainment, just to start out with? And by digital entertainment, I mean, the film industry and reality TV.
I feel like it's slightly a form of mind manipulation on the people who actually watch TV. Like, even the news is a form of mind manipulation.
So do you think that the media is starting to use, digital entertainment as a way to sway our opinions about certain things?
Yes, I do believe that is a very common thing that the entertainment industry uses, like the news or movies that sway our opinions in one way or another.
So with that being said, what other ways do you think that the media is using, is affecting our society as a whole?
I feel like it's affecting our society as a whole because in some ways, it replaces parents as an entertainment source for children or a reliant source. Children grow up dependent on technology rather than their parents or rather than nature. And overall, it just destroys our youth.
So do you believe that media is starting to replace parenting?
In some senses, yes. Like social media, students and children alike become extremely dependent on technology or addicted, if you will, to social media such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and stuff like that.
So we're going to talk about Disney. You've heard of Disney, right?
Oh, yes.
So, Disney is starting to buy out all of the major film corporations. How do you feel about that?
Personally, I believe that with Disney having such a large hold on our society and our entertainment, we're going to see a drastic change in the things that we do see. Like, I feel like it'll turn into a form of mind manipulation sooner or later due to the fact that large corporations are going to have a large hold over everything that we see and hear.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, there is this great movie series called Sharknado. Have you heard of it?
I have.
Have you seen any of them?
I've seen the first one.
Okay. So, with that being said, do you feel that the Sharknado series should continue making more movies?
Personally, I believe that it'll be interesting to see what they come up with next. It was a very interesting movie in general, but I feel like it'll be really cool and interesting to see what they do with it. I believe that reality TV is completely staged. Scripts are given, drama is created by tense situations that the producers create specifically to get a rise out of their actors and actresses.
Absolutely. So thank you for your thoughts. That's all the questions I have today. All right, I'm Sierra Vaughn, and I'm here with Alyssa Colgrove, and we're going to talk about the digital film industry. Hi, Alyssa. Thank you for joining me. So what is your opinion on digital entertainment? And by that I mean the film industry and reality TV and all that jazz.
I think that digital entertainment is great. I would consider it an art form, and it's a way for people to express themselves, and I really think that it's a great thing to have in society.
Absolutely. So how do you think that the film industry has really affected our society as a whole?
I think that it does create a lot of social constructs that wouldn't be there otherwise. It also allows people to express themselves in a way that they also wouldn't otherwise, I think.
You've heard of Disney, right?
Yes, I have.
So what are your first thoughts of Disney buying out the film industry corporation?
I disagree with it pretty heavily just because it allows for less individualism and competition between film industries. So it kind of lessens the drive, and if Disney owned, everything, there isn't really any competition, and they, people are only allowed to express their views, so it becomes kind of a monopoly and it's controlled, and I don't really agree with that.
So, one of the survivors of the Disney monopoly buyout, has been the Sharknado series. Are you familiar with these films?
Yes, I am. I've heard of them, but I've not really watched them, so.
So, do you think that they should continue with the Sharknado films? Do you think this is a great idea and that they should keep making them?
If it's in defiance of the overtake of the film industry by Disney, then I would say definitely. If they're doing it in hopes that their movies are great, then I would say no. But, everyone's allowed to express themselves, and I think that's great that they're trying to defy Disney.
Do you watch reality TV? Are you a reality TV connoisseur?
Not really. I have watched Survivor before, but that's about it.
So, how much of reality TV do you actually think is real?
Not a lot of it. I feel like a lot of it is actually staged and not really that much reality. Though there may be some mixed in, I feel like a lot of it is not as clear of a picture as it could be.
All right. Do you have any further comments on the film industry at this time?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right. That's all the questions I have for today, so thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Sierra Vaughn, and I'm here with Gage, and we are going to talk about the film industry. Hi, Gage. Thank you for joining me. So, what ways do you think that the film industry has really affected our society?
It's made us fat, and we have these pictures, these self-images of ourselves that are unrealistic.
You've heard of Disney, right?
Obviously.
So what are your thoughts and opinions on Disney buying out all the major film corporations?
Money.
Just money?
Yeah.
What do you think their intentions were with starting this monopoly of sorts?
I guess if you think about it, maybe it could be to make things a little less gory for the kids or something, or to try to ease up on rated R.
Absolutely. So one of the major survivors of the Disney monopoly was definitely Sharknado. Are you familiar with the Sharknado series?
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the Sharknados?
No, definitely not.
So then you must have heard about some of their ratings and their public popularity.
Yeah.
So with that, with things that you've heard from other people, do you think that they should continue their movie making streak?
The producers of Sharknado?
Yeah.
I don't really care. I mean, it's just entertaining to see how terrible it is. So I guess they could keep going if they wanted to.
Do you think that that Disney should take over the Sharknado series and see what they can work their magic on?
That's a good question. I really don't have an opinion on that.
Is there any other thoughts or comments that you'd like to share at this time?
Special K is good for you.
Thank you. So that's all the questions I have at this time. Thank you for joining me. I'm Sierra Vaughn, and I'm here with Nick Rogers, and we're discussing the digital entertainment field. So what is your first opinion on digital entertainment?
Like TV and stuff?
Yeah, so the film industry and reality TV and all that jazz.
Well, jazz is nice, but TV is kind of a distraction to today's youth, and they're slacking, they're not getting their stuff done, and, you see all these bad grades and stuff like that, and it's just, sometimes you just need to set them out on the ranch and work hard, and they'll get stuff done. I think TV is just a huge distraction, and it's like a disease that's come through today's youth, and that's about it.
So how do you think that's affecting our society and our children, our upcoming generations?
Well, if you notice, like 1980s, you were outside playing as a kid, but then nowadays it's like 3-year-olds are addicted to their parents' phone or something, and it's like, they want these little toys, and it's just, it's a hassle because they're already addicted. This generation is addicted to technology, and we don't need technology to get what we need done. And it's inbred with our society, and that's a problem.
Interesting. So, you've heard of Disney, right?
Yeah, Walt Disney, dude with his head off in the freezer.
So, are you aware that Disney is starting to buy out all of the digital corporations?
Like Sony and all that? What is he gonna do with that? Bring himself back to life? How is he spending his money? That's my question. Anyways, well, I just think as long as they don't keep, you know, bending over a barrel showing it in 50 states, then there shouldn't be a problem.
So, how do you feel about Disney's intentions with buying out all of the film corporations? Like, do you approve of their monopoly?
Well, Disney might have created a monopoly, so you never know. But I think that if Disney does do this, and they have better, you know, bite the bullet, and you know, you're going to be selling a lot of stuff. And if you're buying it out to prevent it, that's one thing. But like, you can't just buy out everything and stop production because then another company will just come up.
So one of the survivors of the Disney Monopoly buyout is the Sharknado series. Are you familiar with this series?
The Sharknado series, like the giant chainsaws and really crappy animation. Yeah, I'm quite aware of that. Me and my parents are like, that is the dumbest movie I've ever seen. And every time a commercial for a new one comes on, it's like, those people are on drugs, or they just need to learn to stop.
So, do you think that they should continue with their filmmaking streak, if you will?
Sharknado? They need to die. Just in a hole. 6 feet under, that's all I need to say.
Is there any other opinions or comments that you'd like to share at this time?
Not really.
Thank you for your time.
Donald Trump 2020.
You've just witnessed a moment with the Sierra Scoop as we watch student interviews of the digital film industry. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.